Now, last year I stood here with Nick Hurd. I asked if I had one Christmas wish, it would be for long-term stable policy, a strategy for decarbonisation and clean energy. I asked for it to include a target to bring all domestic buildings up to EPC Band C by 2035. So Nick Hurd has moved on now, and Claire Perry and Richard Harrington, who I'm delighted to say is here this evening, are now the ministers working on energy and climate at BEIS. I'd like to thank them for the work on developing the Clean Growth Strategy, which, although it didn't appear in my Christmas stocking last year, was actually published this October. There is, of course, much more work to be done, but the strategy does indeed provide a framework and sets the policy direction that I called for. It can provide inspiration and direction for the organisations in this room who provide investment, funding and low-carbon energy solutions for homes, buildings and public buildings across the whole of the UK. The Sustainable Energy Association will now work with ministers and officials to ensure that the Clean Growth Strategy is delivered and that those policies which are aspirational, such as bringing all homes up to EPC Band C, move from aspiration to reality. Another policy I called for last Christmas was an increase in domestic boiler standards. The new Boiler Plus regulations have brought the first regulated increase in boiler standards for more than a decade. According to government estimates, this will remove 1/3 of the worst performing boilers from the market and save consumers around 800 million in energy bills. I'm proud that the SEA and its members campaigned to make this happen. Aaron Gould and his colleagues at BEIS work tirelessly on this policy and engage regularly with the SEA. I'd like to thank them for their excellent work. However, we should not wait another decade for the next improvements. We need to set a pathway to increase standards over time and make our buildings renewables ready. Other changes this year were to the renewable heat incentive. Higher tariffs and heat demand caps were introduced, and work still going on assignment of rights and tariff guarantees. The BEIS-led RHI Industry Advisory Group is a good model for government engagement and one that each Home Council review could learn from. Eco has been another focus this year, representing manufacturers of measures as well as those that have an eco obligation and also housing providers gives us a focus on delivering practical solutions. Constructive dialogue is essential for the delivery of an eco scheme which works to deliver for those in fuel poverty in a manner complementary to heat decarbonisation and innovation. And we have certainly had constructive dialogue with Richard Mellish and his team. For example, we raised concerns over the subsidised installation of oil boilers under eco at a time when the Clean Growth Strategy was seeking a transition away from high carbon fossil fuels in off-grid areas. The engagement was constructive, and I believe that there are better options available. We have welcomed this engagement and we look forward to further engagement in the coming year. The SEA has founded its arguments first and foremost on evidence, clearly demonstrating that there are benefits for consumers and the economy as a whole by focusing on the demand side of energy. Our emphasis is on energy in homes and buildings. We have a huge variety of properties, meaning that a range of solutions will be needed to decarbonise them whilst keeping energy costs affordable. The SEA is therefore technology agnostic. This means the right measures in each individual circumstance. We advocate a whole house approach, addressing thermal performance and heat together, and I'm delighted that others are now supporting this approach. I sense that the importance of this whole house wrap then heat approach is now accepted by government and more widely by industry. The government has set a target of building 1 million new homes by 2020, but the aim should be for 1 million healthy homes. We must ensure that quality is not sacrificed in the rush to meet the housing shortage, and that affordable homes are affordable to heat as well as to build. The building of a house is the optimum time to get the insulation, ventilation and heating systems right, and that opportunity must not be lost. The SEA has developed and analysed a number of proposals to improve the energy efficiency of buildings and provide them with low carbon heat. Many of these policies are included in the call for evidence on energy efficiency, which is now open. We look forward to continuing our engagement on this area and to move to a time when the value of energy efficiency is inflected in the value of our buildings. We also support the ambition to increase standards in the private rented sector and in social housing. Lastly, following the publication of the industrial strategy, it is my belief that the role of sustainable energy will be central to any ambition to recreate the world's most innovative economy, new skilled work opportunities, clean, secure infrastructure, an attractive business environment, and of course, prosperous communities. It is our intention to work with government, civil servants, parliamentarians of any persuasion, and all of you in this room to make this a reality. On that note, I'd like to hand over to the Minister.